Hi guys, so welcome to the Instagram outreach video. So these are all of the Instagram scripts. They're very similar to the LinkedIn scripts that I want you to send. So these are kind of the common ones, well not the common ones, but ones very similar to Instagram. And then at the end, we're going to go through the one that's got me the most meetings recently, which I'm a huge fan of. But all of these have got me meetings, otherwise they wouldn't be in here, guys. These aren't like, I haven't just gone in and just made scripts for these outreach methods if I physically haven't got a meeting or a client through using them. So on Instagram, and how Instagram's very different to LinkedIn and another profile and other platforms, is there's multiple different ways that you can send a message. So there's voice notes, there's disappearing videos, there's saved videos which you can then send, there's text that you can just send, like a text message. You can also send a text message like we did in the LinkedIn video of a recent post. So, and depending on which one you do, kind of indicates how long the message can be. If you send a voice note, then that can be up to a minute long on Instagram, and you could send multiple voice notes, and that can be a lot longer because spoken word it's not as hard to digest as reading text. If you get sent a massive paragraph on Instagram and you're a busy business owner, likelihood people aren't going to read it as much. Whereas on LinkedIn, you can get away with it a bit more because it's on a B2B platform. People are on there for business, they've accepted your connection, etc. So voice notes, it can be a longer message, which has the benefit. And then we'll go through the other ones in a second. So same with the LinkedIn scripts, we've done a template and then we've also done an example. So we'll do the example. So hi Susie, my name's Harry. We recently connected on LinkedIn. So what this is indicating here is we've started on LinkedIn. Now, something I always do is connect with them on LinkedIn before I do anything else, because you can refer back to the fact you're a connection on LinkedIn. That's kind of like being a friend on Facebook. Like, you're connected, you have that network connection. Whereas on Instagram, yeah, you can follow them or they'll follow you back, but it's not the same as a LinkedIn connection. And if you can add this little sentence here, this literally 6-word sentence, it's always great to have in, yeah, we connected on LinkedIn. Or if you're following up from a cold call, hi, my name's Harry. We recently had we had a phone call last week, or I spoke to your receptionist Sarah last week, or whatever. So my name's Harry, recently connected on LinkedIn. I hope you're well. I wanted to quickly reach out to you to tell you personally that the content you push out is exceptional and offering such high value. Obviously, it needs to be exceptional, offering such high value, but that's in the qualifying process, doing your VRIN score, etc. However, I think you could really go to the next level. If you started to push this content in the form of Facebook ads to push traffic to your business, to really take advantage, like what you could add there is to really take advantage of this amazing content that you're offering. I know you aren't currently, because you've checked through qualifying that they aren't running Facebook ads, and I believe this is leaving a massive opportunity on the table, especially because of your abundance of existing social proof and media features. And I want you to say it like how I've said it. So that's a voice note, and you need to change your pitch. Don't read it as if you're reading a script. Don't be like, hi, my name is Harry. We recently connected in LinkedIn. I hope you are well. I wanted to quickly reach out. Like, don't say it like that. You need to put emphasis, put pauses in there, emphasize certain words, change your tone of voice, change the volume of your voice, because that's the benefit of a voice note. So yeah, kind of it uses the same strategies as LinkedIn does if they've got existing social proof. Like, this is a really great phrase here, guys. Like, especially because of your abundance of social proof and media features, you're leaving a massive opportunity on the table. That kind of shows, like, really, it's putting evidence behind the fact of leaving money on the table. Like, everyone says you're leaving money on the table in a sales meeting. It's such a common phrase, but if you tell them how they're leaving money on the table, and not by just, you're not running my services, but because of this advantage that you already have, then it's just building that rapport. I'd love to talk to you a bit more about how we could start if you are free for a chat. So in each of these messages, guys, I add a different spin to it, very much like Tom does on his cold calling. I added a different spin, like, I'd love to talk to you a bit more about how you could start, is kind of implying that really there's no reason why you shouldn't want to start because of that message, which is great. So that's voice notes, guys, and you can add things here and there, add your personality and do what you want. But notice I haven't spoke anything about what I do there. Like, really, I've said who I am, Harry, not said what business I'm from. They don't care. Connected on LinkedIn just to show why we're messaging them. But I haven't said anything about my services. Haven't said anything about the price of my services. Haven't said anything about testimonials. Haven't said anything about case studies. I've said nothing. All I've said is, do you want a meeting to talk about how you're leaving money on the table? And that's so different to what other people do, especially if you fire in some kind of evidence of research in the message. So the next one, disappearing video or saved video. So this is very much like a Snapchat video. So when you send a video on Snapchat, it's available for one view, and then it disappears. You can do that on Instagram. What you can also do is record yourself on your phone and then save that video and send it to them, so the saved video appears on the message. And as you can see, this script is a hell of a lot longer, because on a video, the fact they can see you, engage with your body language, is kind of like being on a meeting, so you can get away with it being a bit longer because they're kind of distracted with the fact they're seeing a new person. And if you're, you have that natural advantage of being really good on camera, then 100% take advantage of this, guys. Because it's going to be so different. Like if people get, if say a business owner gets 20 pitches a day, 10 through emails, which are just terrible. They're just like, hi, I run Facebook ads, email marketing, do you want a quote? Never going to do that. Then they get 5 of those messages on Instagram, LinkedIn to the business owner. Okay, you're getting there. But then bang, they get a video from the actual business owner of a marketing agency critiquing their Facebook ads, critiquing their content, etc. You're going to stand out and by a million miles. So in this thing, don't think too much about it, guys. Don't have to think you've got to have a studio like this, or you've got to have a really professional camera. Get your phone, as long as your phone camera's good, hold it up like that. You could even be on a walk and send it. Super natural. Don't think about it too much. So in the thing you say, hi, my name's Harry, we recently connected on LinkedIn, hope you're well. I wanted to quickly reach out to you to tell you personally that the content you push out is exceptional and offering such high value. However, I think you could really go to the next level if you started to push this content in the form of Facebook ads to push traffic to your business. I know you aren't currently. I believe this is leaving a massive opportunity on the table, especially because of your abundance of existing social proof and media features. The reason for me reaching out today is I own a digital marketing agency based in London. We specialise in running Facebook ads, increasing financial advisors like yourself revenue. I would love to talk to you a bit more about how we could start if you're free for a chat in the next day or so. If not, completely no worries. Have a great day. And this bottom bit's really nice, guys, because it's like, really, if you don't, I'm just going to move on to the next. Coming from that place of abundance again, like I said in the previous video. So yeah, that's a great one. So now, moving on to my favourite message. So if you haven't gone through, you won't. This is module 5. Module 7 is the presentation. The presentation is a killer video, guys, or a killer module, because the conversion rate of the presentation we give you is second to none if you get it right. It is, you'll see how it's so good, why it's so good. And essentially why it's so good is because you're kind of giving a complete marketing strategy to them. You're giving them the blueprint, you're giving them the blueprint to get results. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people in meetings, they'll say, right, I run Facebook ads, this is a Facebook ad, but they don't tell them exactly how they're going to get results because they think they'll go elsewhere, which is not the case. It's kind of like it's like a pilot giving you a manual of how to fly a plane. Doesn't mean you're going to go tomorrow, walk into the cockpit of a plane and fly the plane perfectly. They're paying you for your experience, they're paying you for your inside knowledge, and you need to show them how it's done. But that's for the presentation video. But it does link to this template here. So, hi, thank you for accepting my my connection, my follow, or engaging with some content. If they liked a post or commented on a post, you could be like, hi, thank you for liking it or engaging with my content. Really appreciate it. The reason why I wanted to connect, the reason why I've sent you a follow, the reason why I'm reaching out, change it to whichever one it is I have just used, so this is really clever, I've just used their business, so I've just used, ABC window suppliers as a case study for my agency. I've just used it as a case study for my agency, which means I've created a full custom social media marketing strategy specifically for your business. That means it's already made. You're telling them that you have a full strategy made for them because you were doing it for something else, but you're only reaching out to them out of courtesy because you've already made it and you just want to show them. But what you're actually doing there is booking a meeting to show them, to pitch them your services. I'd love to share it with you if you have the time, rather than you never see it and it goes to complete waste. I think you'll find it really useful. If not, no worries, have a great day. Guys, this has got me untold amount of meetings. And I'll tell you why. It's because you're coming from a place of abundance, you're coming off as being a nice person, you've already made the strategy for a different reason, and you just want a meeting because you're thinking, well, I've made this for them, but they're never going to see it, so let's offer it just as a free thing. And the way that's perceived is, how can they possibly lose from that scenario? The only way through them taking a meeting that they could lose is that your strategy is terrible, you don't actually have a strategy, but through your profile being professional and your content, they'll understand that that's not the case. So it really comes from a place of abundance, really comes from an honest, nice place, because you're not lying. Yes, you're disguising it as a meeting. Yes, you're disguising it as a strategy session and not a meeting, but it is still a strategy session, which we'll see in the presentation video. So this is my favorite template, guys. Doesn't say that these don't work. You can also use this kind of angle we're coming from in the video or the voice note. It's just a different kind of like choosing your outreach method. You need to choose the style of message on Instagram as well, suited to your natural advantages. You're really good on camera, really articulate. You can write really nicely. Then do that and incorporate these different ideas. Where also use that on LinkedIn. I use that on LinkedIn more than Instagram, because LinkedIn's kind of my sales program. You could also, if you really wanted, to do it on cold calling. Test it out. Who knows? So yeah, guys, that's my scripts. Download it, play around with it, get the template. Before you send any out, just have a little test run. Find a lead, qualify the business owner, do some research, fill in these blanks of kind of the extras that you want to talk about to prove that you've done your research, and get the messages out, guys. Send some emails. Make sure you use the 20 emails on LinkedIn, and just build that following.